Hey guys, Casual Chrono. I'm going through super bosses with multiple teams, and this is Kudang in the Land of Ro dungeon cells. He is a level 7 super boss according to the wiki. Okay. You have to be at Dungeon Ruins level 5, which if you've been there before, you can actually just warp straight to from the main map. And we are going to face him with the Slash team. Now Kudang has about 80 million health, and he has one annoying ability. The proper way to kill him, he will summon ads, and once you kill 5 of them, I think, then his annoying ability goes away. But basically, if you kill him before you kill 5 ads, he will do 15,000 damage to each person on your team. Now, my team, they all have about 3,000 health. My tank has close to 6,000. So even with barriers and such, there's no way I'm reaching 15,000 with this team. However, I have done some things to hopefully avoid that. So we're going to blow the AF bar right off the bat. Sesta's going to Twin Blade Wolf after a few moments. Okay. Suzette's going to set Pain and Poison, and then just hit Dragon Assault. She's going to buff up the team and then speed them up a little bit. And she's going to reduce his power and add resistances. Honestly, the Twin Blade Wolf alone would probably kill him, so a lot of this is going to be overkill. So let's get to it. Alright, Sesta's Twin Blade Wolfing. He's dead. He's going to do the big attack to everyone. But what's this? Suzette lived. And that means I won the fight. So what did I do? Suzette was holding a 9 lives badge. So as long as she had her max hit points, she could not die from a single attack. So, and unfortunately his attack was not like a multiple spam. So if you want to defeat him on the first turn, go ahead, knock yourselves out, and make sure one of your front row characters has a 9 lives badge or some upgrade or some item that basically gives them a hold ground stance. So as far as gear, Suzette had 2 poison grastas that are not upgraded. She has 1 power of Gale, not upgraded. And she was using the Elpis Spear and the Time Restored Bangle. For this boss with only 80 million health and Sesta in the group, she could probably have been equipped with anything, even a very low level weapon. Okay. Sesta had the Elpis Dagger, which again is overkill for this boss. She could probably be unequipped completely and still kill it. She had the Ring of Might, which improves damage when she's at max health, and the Vitality Badge, which improves damage with max health. And so since I blew the AF bar right away, she was at max health for the entire time. Grasta, she had 3 Pain Grastas, 1 with Bullseye, 1 MP Consumption, and 1 Adversity, which didn't come into play here because there was only 1 monster. Yifa had defensive-minded things that improved speed, things that reduced MP consumption, things that restored her MP or gave her speed. Her Grasta, she herself had a regen, and she had type and proficiency debuff resistances at 100%. Not that he ever got a chance to cast anything like that. And then Soira, she has the Prismatic Pick for a high critical rate and improved speed. And her defense is largely dependent on her luck. So her armor gives her luck, and her badge gives her luck. Her Grasta were hit point oriented, All three of them were just any three things that gave 300 hit points, and then I upgraded one of them to give an extra 300, so she got 1200 extra hit points just through Grasta. Back row, Azami, a free character. She was holding Grasta that would help Sesta, improves her damage when she's at maximum health. Sesta herself had regen thanks to Azami. And Sesta got an extra 30% damage for wind attacks because they're both katana users. Milsha was supporting Suzette a little bit. Had a power of Gale Lance, which improves wind type attacks for Lance users by 30%. So Milsha was giving Suzette an extra 30% damage. Not that it was really necessary for this fight. So honestly, with this team, as long as you have Sesta, Pain and Poison Grastas, and someone who can set Pain and Poison, you could probably beat this boss with any 4 random wind users in the front row. Just make sure that one of them has the ability to have the hold ground ability. That was redundant, I know. I did not use sidekicks to show that sidekicks are not necessary. So, all right, so that is Kudang with a Wind Zone team. We're facing Kudang, this time with Alma as the main damage dealer. So she's going to go ahead and Lunatic in the first round, while I put down a Magic Fate Stance and Inflict Break. Iffy is going to create Pain and Poison. And I'm going to have Radius Prominence Purge. Now Kudang resists fire, as you can tell. I could use Paper Tiger and swap his resistances, but since Alma is the main damage dealer and her type is Crystal, he does not resist Crystal, so I don't want to swap resistances and then make him resistant to Crystal. Alright, here in round 2, I've cast Lunatic, so I have it for a few rounds. I'm going to go ahead and Ether Alchema once, just to kind of see how much damage. He is going to cast Illusion Black Dragon, which will increase magic-based damage. Iffy is going to cast Nocturnal Procession to give everyone buffs. And Radius is going to cast Overwhelm. Now the proper way to do this fight is to kill these ads one by one, and you have to kill 5 of them. However, I'm going to kind of cheat and go ahead and finish the fight now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow the AF bar. I'm going to cast Suzaku Encirclement, which awakens the zone. My Lunatic Alma is just basically going to cast Ether Alchema over and over again. At this point, it really doesn't matter what she casts because the team's buffed, the monsters are poisoned, she doesn't even have an attack set up in here, so, and then I'm going to Prominence Purge with Radius, but it's not going to matter. The main thing is, once he dies, he's going to cause a major explosion on everybody. So we're going to see if 2 of my characters survive this. So AF bar, and let's see what happens. Okay, you can tell he's already dead. He's going to cause the explosion. And Radius was able to redirect it all to her. And of course, Iffy just revived her. Not that it really would have mattered at that point, because the others survived anyway. Now, a cheat way to do this is if you equip one of your characters with 9 lives badge, and I had Iffy with it. So even if I had not gotten off an overwhelm, even if I had not redirected everything to the tank, Iffy would have survived that explosion, and I still would have won the fight. So let's look at the team's composition. Xian had Miyaki Staff, which improves his attack and improves some resistance. He had the Time Restored Ring, which enhances weak point damage, but of course the boss wasn't weak to him, so it didn't really matter. And he just had a regular old Int badge. Nothing exciting. Grasta-wise, he had Bullseye, and he had 3 Pain Grastas. The other 2 were not improved in any way. Alma had the Elpis Bow. She had the Guidance Ring, which improves her type attack, and she has the Weak Point badge, which improves her damage by 30 if the boss had been weak to her. The boss wasn't, so this didn't really come into play. Oops. Her Grasta, she also had pain-related Grastas, one with Bullseye, one with MP Consumption for an extra 15% damage, and the third one is not upgraded. Okay. Iffy, her Grasta, for staff users that were below 80% health, they got a damage boost. All staff users got an extra 300 health. And all gun users got an extra 25% damage, which Alma is technically a gun user, so Iffy was buffing Alma. Her gear was basically just defensive-minded. She had some status resist improvements, some speed improvements, not much because I think it's a +1 purity staff. Her tempered ring gave her a little bit of extra health, not much. I think it's like a +3 or +4 ring. And I equipped the 9 lives badge on her in case that final explosion did affect the whole team. I was guaranteeing that she would live as long as she had full health. Radius was hit point minded. Her illusion speed weapon is maxed out, so it gives 1,000 health. She has the Elpis Bangle, which gives health, and her badge is the 2,000 health, 50% speed reduction badge. Since her Prominence Purge skill is a preemptive type skill, her speed really doesn't matter that much. The only skill that relies on speed is Overwhelm. For Grasta, they were all defensive minded as well. Each one was a 300 point Grasta. Each one was upgraded by 300 points. And 2 of them gave her regen, while 1 lowered her MP consumption. She also just had an extra 10 endurance and spirit. The back row characters, Pizzica, I'm leveling up right now, but she has 2 Grasta for bow users, which helps Alma. So when Alma's hit points were at maximum, her damage was increased, and if Alma's hit points dropped below 80%, her damage would increase. You can literally have any bow user use those 2 Grasta. So you don't have to have a 5-star character. You could just have a 4-star character with those Grasta, and that would be helping Alma. You can see that Alma's hit points did decrease. So there at the end, her damage was going up by 40%. The other back row character, I did use a 4-star character by Vet. And that is because she's a fire staff user and can equip Grasta that can improve Xian's damage. She also is a cat lover, and I have it upgraded to improve damage by 25% to all cat lovers. It just so happens in this party that Alma and Xian are both cat lovers, so Bivet's Grasta was improving both of their damage by 25%. If you're not sure what personality someone has, because it'd really make a lot of sense if it just appeared here on the status screen, but it doesn't. if you go to the Another Eden wiki page and just search up personalities, you can see lists of who all is what personality. Vivet also improved for all staff users, damage by 30%, as long as their hit points were maxed out, so that did help Xian a little bit. Her third grasta is a Power of Inferno staff. I don't have it activated or upgraded, but once it is, that improves all fire staff users damage by 30%, and Xian is a fire staff user. So that's how the back row characters were supporting the front row characters. I did not have a sidekick in this fight to show that it wasn't really needed. So that was the Super Boss team that just took down Kudang. Alright, so here's Kudang. I'm going to switch back to the Minalca team. He is resistant to fire, so we're going to see how this goes. Now, the proper way to defeat this boss is to kill each ad as they appear, and after 5 ads, then it's kind of safe to kill the boss. I'm hoping I can do it sooner. So first things first, we're going to improve fire attacks for all members. Improve her max health for this round. We're going to deploy fire stance, and we're going to overwhelm. Now, one of Minalca's gimmicks, so to speak, you'll notice the entire front row takes damage. The more damage they take, based on their max level health, the more damage she can do. So you want a team that has, I think I read on average, over 5,000 health each. So, alright, so this round I think we are going to just blow the AF bar and see what we can do against him. So we're going to improve critical damage with the Zuka, and then basically just spam this fire attack. So she'll be 3, then 1. She's just going to spam Rip and Tear. It will also inflict pain on the boss. Okay. We've already cast Fire Stance, so she's going to beef up the team with this ability, and then basically just spam Blaze Concerto. Okay. And Radius will probably just spam Prominence Purge. If it looks like the boss is going to die, I might drop Chivalry, because at the end of the fight, if he does die, he's going to cause an explosion that will kill the whole team. So let's just see. So she's going to go 3, and then 1. She's going to spam 1, 2, and then 1. And then let's just be on the safe side. I'll do Chivalry, then Prominence Purge. So 3, 1, 2, 1. Alright, spam, 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 spam. Let's see how Minalca can do. Oh, almost, but not quite. Alright, I'm going to cast Chivalry again because I'm pretty sure he's going to die here in a moment. We're going to attack with the usual. And let's see if Minalca can finish the boss off. She did. So he's going to cause the explosion, which Radius takes care of. Chivalry gives her hold ground, so no matter what, she'll survive with 1 health. And there we go. Kudang is down. Team composition. Izuka has the Mujima sword, store-bought bangle, stats badge for increases everything by 20. Her grasta, she has 1 unawakened venom, so it's not really doing anything right now. And then her fire attacks are improved by 60%. Minalca has the Elpis sword. She has the rainbow bracelet and berserker badge. Berserker badge gives 40 extra power at the cost of some physical resistance. Her grasta is all power of pain oriented. 1 has bullseye and 1 has enhanced weak point damage, but Kudang was not weak to fire, so that didn't really come into play here. Aisha, she has the Mujima rod, plasma ring, and just an intellect badge. Her grasta, just a straight 90% extra damage for fire. And Radias has illusion speed for some health, Elpis bangle for some health. She has 2,000 health minus 50% speed. Her grasta all give her health as well. Each one has the health ore attached, so for a grand total of 1,800 health. And one of her grasta, the Victory Celebration, gives her regen as well. The others don't really give her much of anything worthwhile to mention. My back row support, I have Aldo in the back row. He has, if characters have max health, they do extra damage. If characters are below 80% health, they do extra damage, sword users specifically. And if you're a sword user, you get extra 30% damage to your fire attacks. So he is helping Minalca, Izuka, and Radias technically with all of their damage. The only one I'm really trying to focus on is Minalca. Iquaji in the background just has some minor resistance buffs for the whole team, and is doing his thing, healing back there. So sidekick wise, I have Tetra, who heals the team, and I have Korobo, who has an aura that when something takes fire damage, they lose 25% power intellect. So this is a fire-based team, so whenever they attack with fire damage, that aura still activates even though it's a back row sidekick. So at least that's my understanding of sidekicks. Anyway, so that is Kudang. Thanks for watching. Casual Crono, signing out.